My first topic I want to talk about really quick before we get into some other things is that I don't like bitch ass niggas. And the reason why I want to start off with that is because
game is about helping us learn the rules of manhood. And a lot of times what happens is we don't fully believe in the rules. We don't fully believe in the information.
You cannot fear rejection.
We got to stand on business out there, meaning that the bitches ain't gonna even fuck with me if they don't think that I'm willing to go the distance behind some shit.
everybody in this room, if you had a bitch ass moment, raise your hand.
When I say I am, I want you to say a motherfucking man. I am a motherfucking man.
Like I said, y'all should have bitches. I'm amazed. It's a struggle for some of y'all.
Once you find something that you're into, it comes before everything else. And then even when you deal with a woman who's into you, she has to compete with that thing, whatever the fuck that is, right?
Stand up if you believe in fear. Stand up right now. Everybody stand the fuck up.
You know, I say bitch a lot and nigga a lot, but, you know, it's with good intention and a lot of love in it and whatnot.
If I'm feeling insecure, is this really me, or did somebody teach me how to feel this way?
I am a motherfucking man.
Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the woman you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, The Definition of Game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Top Soil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, what's going on, what's going on? What's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the motherfucking dating game. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building who we got up in here. Shout out to my lady April MC in the motherfucking building. Shout out to Steve O'Baby, AJ Lino, June Sports, AT's in the chat, Phoenix Smiles, what's going on? Shout out to, who else we got up here? Monogamous Player, Chris in the chat, Lucky Murray, what's going on? Joe Blast in the motherfucking building. Joe Blast in the building. Linwood was popping. Shout out to Studio Horror Music in the building. Who else we got up in here? Shout out to Renee P is in the motherfucking building. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Danny P. What's going on? Ambition was popping. Vic Daddy. Jimmy Lionel. What's going on? Frankie Shy. What's good? What's popping, man? Shout out to everybody. So today's topic, man, and today's going to be such a game-filled show, okay? The game is going to be so heavy on today's show because the stuff I'm going to be showing you is kind of like stuff that I do on the Bad Boy membership. I'm going to get very, step-by-step type of thing on this. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm going to also do is I have a video I want to show you guys, too, that goes with this topic because I saw this video on TikTok, and this is what made me want to do the show today with this topic, because I was like, so many guys out here are making these mistakes when it comes to planning dates. This is why you guys get flaked on. This is why women don't return your calls or text or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So we're going to jump into that type of shit. So, take some notes, people. I'm telling you, take some notes because the game is about to be heavy. Okay. Now let's just jump right into this, man. And guys, the calling number is 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901. If you guys have a question, put a Q in the chat and we'll get to your question. All right. So now the thing is this, right? Like I was saying earlier, a lot of guys have issues when it, comes to this game, in particular, trying to set up dates and make dates happen. Right. So sometimes guys will holler at girls. The girls will leave them on red. They won't return the texts. They try to set something up and nothing happens and all this other stuff, right? Now, I'm going to show you guys real quick. Let me bring this screenshot up real quick. Let me bring this screenshot up really quick because we're going to talk about this first and then we're going to get into the video, right? So let me move this out the way so we can see everything. All right, let me make sure we can see everything. All right, so now, 3 mistakes you're making when planning dates. 3 mistakes you're making when planning dates. So, first mistake we got here, and this is in no order of importance, but, you got to do all these things that I'm about to tell you, and don't do them mistakes. I'm going to tell you the right way to do it. So, the first thing we have on the list is asking a woman where she wants to go or for her to choose the place. Okay, that's the first thing we got on the list. So never ask a woman where she wants to go or ask her to choose a place to go. You understand? Like a lot of guys make this mistake. They think that, that they're being thoughtful and being considerate of where she might want to go and all this other stuff. No, you do not ask a woman where she wants to go or tell her to make a choice. You understand? What you need to do is you need to always tell her where you're going to go, right? So you're the one who plans the date. You set the time and the place and all that other stuff. So you're the one who does it, not her, right? So don't hit her up and ask her, hey, so what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? No, it's, hey, we're going to go to this place. Let her know what the place is. You should already have the plan. Now, the thing that you guys have to do is this, and what's going to make this easier for you guys is go to places that you already go to. You understand? So, for example, I always like to talk about the Main Street Bar. So let's say you go to the Main Street Bar all the time. That's the bar you go to a lot or the bar in your neighborhood that you like. All you do when you hit up the chick, you tell her, hey, listen, meet me at the Main Street Bar, right? Or let's say, they have a Center Street Bar. You say, hey, meet me at the Center Street Bar. That's the other bar you go to. But you should already have the spots already on deck. You understand? Now, if you're the type of guy who, doesn't go out, start going out, start exploring some places and find some places you like, and then invite the women to those places. You understand? So you got to make sure that you don't ask her what she wants to do and where she wants to go. Now, why do you not ask her what she wants to do and where she wants to go? The reason why you don't ask her where she wants to go and what she wants to do is because you're supposed to lead. Also, what happens is a lot of times women will be interested in you, and then all of a sudden they're turned off because you're the one trying to get her to make the decisions and to lead. So whenever you get a woman, whenever you basically try to designate the woman as the leader, she gets turned off, or she's just not interested at that point because she's like, damn, this guy can't even fucking lead. You understand? You know, when they say they get the ick, that's what gives women the ick, when you don't know how to fucking lead. So you have to be the one to make the decision of where you're going to go. All right. Now, the next thing on the list, the next mistake is not giving a woman a DTP. So now, what is a DTP? So the DTP stands for date, time, and place. Date, time, and place. Okay? So now, what some guys do is they hit up girls and they say, hey, yeah, let's meet up Saturday. And she says, yeah, that sounds good. And then he just leaves it there. He doesn't give her the date, time, and place. You understand? It has to be all three in one message. You understand? Hey, meet me at the Main Street Bar, 8 o'clock this Saturday. Date, time, and place. You understand? Hey, meet me at the Playground Coffee Shop at 12 noon on Sunday. Date, time, and place. You understand? You always have to send that all in one message. You understand? So, for example, if you meet a chick on Tinder, you message her, hey, what's up? We should go get some coffee this weekend. Are you free? She says, yeah, I'm free. That sounds awesome. You say, cool. Meet me at the Playground Coffee Shop on this avenue at noon this Saturday. Date, time, and place. Right? That should always be in the message, in that one message when you're setting it up. So you don't say, hey, let's go get coffee. She says, sounds cool. And you say, all right, cool. Let's meet up Saturday. And then she says, oh, yeah, that sounds good. And then you just leave it at that, thinking you're going to hit her up Saturday and give her the rest of the information. No. Date, time, and place in the same message. In the same message. Get it? So don't just give her a fucking day or a time. Oh, yeah, let's just meet around 12 o'clock this weekend. What? What day? What's the date? What place? You just gave her a time to meet you on the weekend. No, date, time, place. It has to be that. And I'm going to explain to you guys why in a second, why it has to be that, right? Because I'm going to show you guys a video in a little while. Now, let's go back to this thing right here. So the first thing we had was, first mistake, asking a woman where she wants to go or for her to choose a place. Second mistake is not giving a woman a date, time, and place. And now the third mistake is not asking the confirmation question. Okay. The third mistake is not asking the confirmation question. Now you might be saying, but Locario, what the fuck is the confirmation question? Now I'm so glad you asked, right? So the confirmation question is you basically asking her or saying this is what you have to say. Okay. And say it just like this. Okay. Don't try to be all creative with this shit. Just say it like this. Okay. So let's say you say to the girl, hey, let's meet up at the Main Street Bar, 7 o'clock, a Saturday night or whatever. Right. And then she says, cool. So y'all are supposed to meet Saturday night at 7. So the confirmation question is on Saturday morning, you're going to text her and say, hey, whatever her name is, are we still on for 7 p.m. tonight? Okay. Are we still on? That is the confirmation question. Are we still on? Okay. That you have to do this. Now, What a lot of what some guys will do is I've heard this before, and I've actually had a friend who would do this type of stupid shit where, because he was, we was having this little back and forth conversation, and he was like, "Oh, but Locario, I don't really like to ask the girl like, are we still on? Like, can I just say like something like, hey, like text her like, hey, I'll see you later at 7 or some shit, or looking forward to seeing you tonight, right?" And what I told him was, no. The reason why is because the reason why you're basically doing a confirmation question is because you need for her to give you an answer. So when you say to the woman, "Are we still on tonight for 7?" What you're looking for is for her to say yes. Or, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't make it. Can we do a rain check?" Whatever. But what you're looking for is her to respond. Now, if she doesn't respond, that's still a response. No response is still a response. No response means she's not coming through. You understand? But the reason why you ask a question is because the question yields itself to get an answer. Now, if like one of my boys, like when he was saying, "Oh, look, I'm gonna just tell her, looking forward to seeing her tonight." So let's say you're supposed to meet this chick 7:00 Saturday at the Main Street Bar. Saturday morning, you text her, "Looking forward to seeing you tonight." And she doesn't respond. Now, the question is she coming tonight or is she not? You don't know. Why? Because she didn't let you know. Why? Because you didn't ask her a fucking question. You made a statement. You said, "Looking forward to seeing you tonight," instead of, "Are we still on for tonight?" Does that make sense? So the thing is that you have to make sure you ask the confirmation question. It has to be a question. None of these statements, none of this other goofy shit. Because what a lot of guys do is that they'll say certain goofy stuff because they actually don't want to hear her say no. You understand? They're trying to avoid the chick saying no. But you want her to say no so you don't waste your time if she's not trying to come through. The worst thing you could do is make a statement and not know if she's coming. You understand? Because check this out. Let's say you say what my friend said, talking about looking forward to seeing you tonight, and she doesn't respond. Now, let's say you say, well, since she didn't respond, I'm not going to show up. And then you end up not showing up, but she ends up showing up. Right? Or you say, looking forward to seeing you tonight. She doesn't respond. And then you go and she doesn't show up. So now you're wasting time. And this is why you ask the question. The question needs to be asked. Does that make sense? Now, what I want to do is I want to bring up this video. Let me bring up this video. Hold on. Let me get this video real quick. All right, let me see if I could do it this way. All right, so I want to show you guys this video. And this is a video of a woman talking about this guy that she was supposed to go on a second date with. And she was supposed, he was trying to plan the second date. And in the video, this other guy he's doing commentary on this woman's video. And he's basically not understanding what this woman's issue is. Right? But I'm gonna show you what this woman's issue is, because the woman is actually correct in this situation, but he's acting as if there was something wrong with her. No, the guy who was texting her, he fucked up, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. It's about a 3-minute video. I want to play the whole thing straight through really quick, and then I'm gonna go back and I want to stop and start it, because I want you to first see if you guys can catch where the guy fucked up in the text message thread when he was trying to plan this second date. All right, let me know if you guys can hear this real quick.
You do not plan a freaking date.
All right, let me know if you guys can hear that. Put a 1 in the chat. Let me know if you guys can hear that real quick before we continue. Let me know if you guys can hear that. Put a 1 in the chat. Let me see some ones just really quick. Let me know if you guys can hear that shit. Let me see some ones. All right, cool. So you guys can hear it. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna let it play. I'm gonna let it play through, and then I'm gonna comment on it. All right, let's do this. You said it's low? Why is it so? Why are you saying it's low? I might need to turn up your computers because this shit loud as hell to me. I'm like, why is it being low? Hold on 1 second. Let me check something real quick. Okay. All right. So let me try this. Let's do this.
This is how you do not plan a freaking date.
Wow, with that energy, it sounds like a horror story. I can't wait to hear it.
I am here gonna show you with receipts.
And you brought receipts? This is gonna be so good. I can't wait.
I had been on one date with this man. I think this guy is great. I had such a nice time with him. We had so much fun. We had a lot in common. I could not wait to go on a second date with him.
Ooh, I'm invested. You went out with him, enjoyed it. You told your girlies you were excited to go out with him, couldn't wait to see him again. He must have ruined this.
A week or so later, he finally texts me and is like, hey, are you free Sunday for brunch? I'm like, yeah, great.
Hey, good for you. You were excited to go out with him again, and now you've got plans to do brunch on Sunday. Like, what could have gone wrong?
That Saturday night, he sends me this text, are you still up for brunch?
Good for him. So he's solidifying the plans that he made with you earlier in the week for brunch on Sunday.
Yes, I'm still up for brunch.
Your energy shifted. You don't seem very happy that he's trying to solidify the plans that he made with you earlier in the week about Sunday. Am I reading this wrong?
I could come your way if you know a good spot.
I like this guy. He's asking if there's a place near you so that you don't have to travel as far. And he's going to also make sure that you enjoy the food at the place where you're going to go for brunch. Smooth tactics, man.
Okay, let me do the heavy lifting for you, buddy.
What? Huh?
So I give him a list of these places.
Perfect. Now he knows there is food near you that you like. All right.
He says, oh, the Dutch Eye. Not even sure what that means.
I read that differently. I read, oh, the Dutch, like this place is fire. And if you didn't understand him, why didn't you just say that to him?
So then that morning, I get a text from him. Howdy, how does two sound?
Okay, so he's still just trying to solidify the plans that he made with you earlier in the week.
I never heard back from him the night before.
Hold up. What do you mean you didn't hear back from him? The last thing that was texted the night before was him saying, ooh, the Dutch, you're the one showing the receipts. You left him on read.
So what do I say? Oh, when I didn't hear back last night about a reservation or anything concrete, I made plans for this afternoon.
Wait, what? Huh? I'm so confused.
You cannot, for a second date, try and make plans the morning of.
He didn't. Your whole entire story and your receipts show that he didn't try just the morning of. Like you said, he texted earlier in the week, and then on Saturday, he tried to solidify. You left him on read, and so he's texting you Sunday morning.
And so what is his response? Okay, cool.
All right, now. So basically what happened was this. The guy was supposed to see her. She said he hit her up the morning of, and so she made other plans. And the guy who's commentating, he's just confused, right? But we're gonna play this back, and I'm gonna stop and start it, and I'm gonna show you all the parts where the guy who was texting her fucked up. Okay, let's play this again. I'm gonna stop and start.
No, you do not plan a freaking date.
Wow, with that energy, it sounds like a horror story. I can't wait to hear it.
I am here gonna show you with receipts.
And you brought receipts? This is gonna be so good. I can't wait.
I had been on one date with this man. I think this guy is great. I had such a nice time with him.
And notice, she says she was on one date with this guy. She thinks he's great. She had a nice time with him, meaning that she's actually interested and wants to go on another date. You see what I'm saying? But let's continue.
We had so much fun. We had a lot in common. I could not wait to go on a second date with him.
Look at her. She's like, I couldn't wait to go on a second date with this dude. So a lot of times what happens is that guys who don't have game, they fumble the fucking situation because they don't know what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is that she was actually interested in seeing the guy on a second date, but now she's not going to see him. But let's continue.
Ooh, I'm invested. You went out with him, enjoyed it. You told your girlies you were excited to go out with him, couldn't wait to see him again. He must have ruined this.
A week or so later, he finally texts me and is like, hey, are you free Sunday for brunch? I'm like, yeah, great.
Hey, good for you. You were excited to go out with him again, and now you've got plans to do brunch on.
See, now he hit her up and said, are you free Sunday for brunch? She's like, cool. Now, this is the first part where he fucked up. Let's go.
Sunday. Like, what could have gone wrong?
That Saturday night, he sends me this text, are you still up for brunch?
Good for him. So he's solidifying the plans that he made with you earlier in the week for brunch on Sunday.
And also, he actually fucked up even before that because he should have made the plans when he first said it. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go.
Yes, I'm still up for brunch.
Your energy shifted.
Now, you see why she had a little attitude when she's like, yeah, I'm still up for brunch, right? Because she's about to say what he fucked up. She's about to say the thing that he fucked up on.
Don't seem very happy that he's trying to solidify the plans that he made with you earlier in the week about Sunday. Am I reading this wrong?
I could come your way if you know a good spot.
What did he do? What did he do? What did he do? Remember, see, he made the first mistake, asking a woman where she wants to go or for her to choose the place. So he fucked up by saying, hey, do you know any good spots around your way? He fucked up. Let me bring it back a little bit.
Your way if you know a good.
Am I reading this wrong?
I could come your way if you know a good spot.
I like this guy. He's asking if there's a place near you so that you don't have to travel as far. And he's going to also make sure that you enjoy the food at the place where you're going to go for brunch.
And see, the guy who's making the commentary, he's trying to be like, well, this is so logical. I mean, the place he's asking if there's a place near you so that we can go to a place that you like to go and blah, 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 blah. No. See, the reason why she has the issue is why she's gonna say it right now. Check this out.
Smooth tactics, man.
That is not smooth, but let's go.
Okay, let me do the heavy lifting for you, buddy.
You see what she just said? Let me do the heavy lifting for you, buddy. Let me lead. Put the burden of leading on me. Do you see what I'm saying? See, that's where he's fucking up. That's when he's fucking up. Because remember, she was excited to see this guy. Now he's like, oh, well, let me know if there's any places around you. And now she's like, oh, so now I got to pick the place and lead and be the man and put the pants on and be that guy instead of him being the guy. See, he's fucking up, but let's continue.
What? Have you?
See, this guy doesn't, this guy in the red hat has no game, but let's continue.
Huh?
So I give him a list of these places.
Perfect. Now he knows there is food near you that you like. All right.
He says, oh, the Dutch eye. Not even sure what that means.
Now look, now watch. This is the part where he really fucked up too. Because what happened is, and remember, this was all on, I think, Saturday night, right? That was the last message he sent when he said, oh, the Dutch A or whatever the fuck it is. But I'm gonna show you where he fucked up.
I read that differently. I read, oh, the Dutch A, like this place is fire. And if you didn't understand him, why didn't you just say that to him?
So then that morning I get a text from him. Howdy, how does two sound?
So this is where he fucked up. When he said, oh, the Dutch A, he should have said, cool, let's meet 2 p.m. But what he did was, instead of putting the date, time, and place, remember, let's go back to the thing. Let's go back to the thing. See, this is where he fucked up. Giving the woman the DPT, the date, time, and place. He just said the place. He didn't give her the date or the time. Remember, he gave her the place, the Dutch spot. He did not give her the date or the time. Well, he did give her the date because he said Sunday, I think, but he didn't give her the time, right? So what happened is that he said the thing about the Dutch. He gave her the place Saturday night. Then he hits her up Sunday morning to give her the time. What he was supposed to do was give the date, time, and place that same day, which was Saturday. When he was texting all that shit, he was supposed to give it to her then. Now look what happened.
Okay, so he's still just trying to solidify the plans that he made with you earlier in the week.
No, he didn't make any plans because let me get you guys to understand something. In order for a date to be planned or something to be solidified, date, time, and place has to be there for her to confirm it, to say, cool, sounds good based on the date, time, and place. He didn't do that, which is why she left him on red, because he still didn't give her the time. But let's continue.
I never heard back from him the night before.
Hold up.
You see what she just said? I never heard from him the night before, which means he said, let's do the Dutch place, but he did not give me a time, which means that the actual date is not set in stone.
Hold up. What do you mean you didn't hear back from him? The last thing that was texted the night before was him saying, ooh, the Dutch, hey, you're the one.
Yes, the last thing that was texted the night before was the place. He did not give her the time. A date is not solidified unless the date, time, and place is given. But let's continue.
Showing the receipts. You left him on read.
So what do I say? Oh, when I didn't hear back last night about a reservation or anything concrete, I made plans for this afternoon.
You see what she said? She said, when I didn't hear anything concrete, meaning that there was no date, time, and place in the message. So this is what happened. So let's use Miles for an example, right? So this guy's texting her, right? He's like, let's go to the Dutch, eh? Right? And then Miles hits her up and says, hey girl, how about we meet up Sunday afternoon for brunch at the Dutch A at 3 p.m. And then she says, oh, Miles, that sounds great. And then she says, cool, I will meet you at the Dutch A at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Now, the reason why she would say that to Miles is because the other guy didn't give her a time, which means the date is not set in stone. So what happens is the reason why she made other plans is because he didn't set the date in stone. You set the date in stone by date, time, and place. Do you see what I'm saying? So him just saying, oh yeah, let's go to this thing, and then I'm gonna text her tomorrow to give her the time. You don't do that, because tomorrow it will be too late. You see, guys, you see why having game is important? Do you see why understanding the game is important? Because when you don't understand the game, you make goofy mistakes like this, and then you don't understand why you're not getting what you want. See, he would have ended up seeing her if he would have just set the date, time, and place on Saturday night when he was texting her all that shit. You understand what I'm saying? And then she would have been like, cool, and then he would have saw her. But what happened is that when he just told her, hey, let's go to the Dutch, she was thinking, okay, well, what the fuck time? And then because he didn't say what the fuck time, her Sunday afternoon was still open. So when Miles hits her up and says, hey, let's go out Sunday afternoon at this place, at this time, she says, cool. Because I don't have no date, because the guy that I was supposed to see didn't give me a fucking time. You see what I'm saying?
Wait, what? Huh? I'm so confused.
You cannot.
See, and you see, guys, when they have no game, they're always confused by this shit. Because the guy, in his mind, right? He doesn't understand leadership. He doesn't understand being decisive. He doesn't understand being assertive. He doesn't understand being a leader. And this is why the guy's like, what's going on? I mean, he told you that this place near your house and it would be easier for you. It's like, no, you have to understand what the fuck's going on here. But let's continue.
For a second date, try and make plans the morning of.
He didn't. Your whole entire...
No, he did. See, that's the part that, niggas be missing the shit. She said, how are you going to try to plan it on the day of? He was supposed to plan it the day before. He was supposed to plan it Saturday night. Everything was supposed to be said Saturday night. On Saturday night, he should have said, hey, let's meet at the Dutch, at 2 p.m. tomorrow. They should have been like, cool, and they would have fucking met. But what he did was, hey, let's meet at the Dutch place with no time. So with no time, that means that it's not happening. Because this is another thing guys got to understand. When you don't set the date, time, and place, it's not solidified. So what that means is that there's a chance in her mind, in the woman's mind, that the guy might flake because nothing's solidified. So she doesn't know that tomorrow morning he's going to text her and say, hey, can't make it, or just not text her at all. So when another situation presents itself, she's going to take that situation because he didn't set anything in stone. You understand? But let's take some calls real quick. What's going on? What's popping? Who this?
Jay, yes, it's the only man, Jay, man. Jay, you know I donate, man.
What's going on? Where'd you donate at, brother?
Moolah. You already know, man. I'm supporting the team, man.
Moolah, hold on. We got Cash App?
No, Venmo.
Venmo. Hold on. Let me double check. Hold on.
I don't know. Mine probably always it's always stalled. I don't know why it does that.
Okay, I got you. Appreciate it.
Okay. You already know. Yeah.
So what's going on? What's going on?
About the time. My question. I got a couple questions. Like when you set a date, for instance, too, is it good to set a date in the evening, like when it's better, like if the woman, she's more relaxed, like not too late, too late, like like right now how it gets a little dark and stuff. Is it better to set it? Like for instance, like with me, I don't like doing like dates in the morning. I feel like like the woman's still awake. Not in the morning, like more like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I like to do it like in the evening. Does it matter? Would you say it matters if you do it later?
So you saying does it matter when you go on a date?
Yeah. Like,
no, it doesn't matter. All that matters is are y'all both free to get together? So if you're free in the evening and she's free in the evening, then cool, y'all make it happen. If you're free in the afternoon, she's free in the afternoon, and that's when y'all can do it, then you just do it then.
Okay. No, I just thought that like when you set the tone, like later on, like you said that too during the night too. That's when the woman. I don't know if it's true. Like the woman get a little horny during the night. You can get a little cozy. Is that true though? If you said it like during the evening?
No. The night or day does not matter. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, if you're in an environment, let's say, let's say like the circumstances and in that situation, let's say you meet a girl at 9 p.m. versus 1 in the afternoon where you're just meeting her for coffee and she has to go back to work versus 9 p.m. and she ain't got nowhere else to go after that, then that could sort of, be a situation where you're more likely, if you're trying to like make something sexual happen after the fact or, later on down the evening, that'll more likely happen versus if you just got coffee with a chick between your lunch break or some shit. But what I'm saying is that if you are meeting a girl, let's say you meet a girl Saturday afternoon for coffee, right, at 2 p.m., or you meet a girl at 9 p.m. for drinks, it's not going to matter if the logistics are right for y'all to, let's say, fuck or make some sexual happen after the fact. So it's not going to make a difference. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, and also too, Lucario, like for instance, like if you said it like the first date, like with me, I would tell chicks that, okay, let's go on a date, just see how it goes. Just see how it goes. So let's meet for a drink, see how it goes. So with that, and that part you're talking about, so I always do that, daytime and place. I always make sure I let them know from the beginning, daytime and place, boom. But when you do that too, should you still try to match on the first date, even though I tell a chick, hey, let's just meet up for a drink and just see how things go, or should you just, you know what I'm trying to say?
So what's the question that you're saying? Should you smash on the first date?
No, so you're still trying to smash, even though I still tell the woman, hey, I'm trying to let's go for a drink and see how it goes. Let's just go for a drink, see how it goes.
Yeah, if you go for a drink, you say, hey, let's go for a drink, see how it goes, see if the vibe is cool. She comes for a drink, y'all kicking it, the vibe is good, y'all flirting, everything's cool. if y'all start getting sexual and you want to smash and she wants to do it too, then go do it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. No,
right.
No. The reason I'm saying, the reason I said that, not to cut you off. I know you all say that too. Be concrete, be assertive, and be clear what you want. Because number two, the women are like, hey, I just said trying to get to. I'm trying to tell.
So my question to you would be, what do you want though?
No. What do I want? To be honest. What do I want? Like I said, when I go on a date, I'm trying to fill her out. But at the time, I'm trying to fill her out. Just see how she is, fill her out. If I see that there's any sexual connection, then I'm pushing it. Okay.
Then that's what you do. That's what I'm saying. So so go on a date. If you feel that vibe, and if it's going down that direction, then do it. You see what I'm saying? Then you do it. So that's what the reason why I was asking you what do you want to do is because if you know I want to fuck this girl, if that's on your mind before you ever go on a date, then you should be letting her know that's what you're trying to do. Versus if you are because what I'm saying is if you say to yourself, you know what, I want to smash tonight. I want to bring her back to the crib and get it cracking, right? When you set the date, that should be included in what you're saying with the date. So basically it would be something like, hey, let's get together and get a drink, right? And then after that, I want to take you back to my crib. And so we could hook up. You see what I'm saying? That should be in the conversation. Okay. If you want to fuck off the rip. Huh?
Is it good to text all that on the app or on the phone, or tell her straight up? Or tell her
on the app. On the app. If you're setting it up, because if you're setting up let's say you go on the app, you're looking at your phone and you're like, yo, this chick, I'll smash, right? So then what you would say, and this is what I would say is a better way to do it though too, is that you text her and say, hey, let's get together and get a drink. And if the vibe is right, then I want to take you back to my spot. Are you free to get together? Right. So you're basically putting that in the whole entire message. So what she's saying yes to is the drink and the possibility of sex. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Because like I said, with me, I don't put that there, but I'm just saying, I just like to, with me, let's be honest, Vicario, when we meet a woman, when guys meet a woman, they're always trying to smash. You know what I mean? But it's just the fact that depends how the woman feel about it.
Nope. That's why I asked you what you want. That's why I asked you what you want. Because so this is the thing. If I go on to get drinks with a woman, I'm not getting drinks with a woman because I want to smash. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm getting drinks with her because I want to get drinks with her to feel her out. Now, if I decide to smash after the fact, then that's one thing. But if I let's say I met a girl randomly in the street, right? Or at Starbucks, and I holler at her. And I say to myself, I'm thinking, damn, I'd smash. I'm going to just basically hit her up to come through the smash. I'm not going out with her and hanging out with her to smash. I'm just going to tell her, come straight to the crib to smash. So what I'm saying is that if you know, or you're having that thought of wanting to smash, that should be in the conversation before you go on the date, before she agrees to the date. Now, if you say to yourself, you know what, I'm not really worried about smashing, I'm just going on a date to get a drink, then you say, hey, yeah, let's go get a drink. Now, if y'all are on the date getting the drink and then it happens to lead to that sexual tension now y'all want to do it, then fuck it, we gonna do it. But what I'm saying is that if you already have the intention to smash and that's what you want to do before y'all meet, that should be said in your message before she decides to confirm to a date. Does that make sense?
Okay, I think I was doing a little backwards. I think that even though, now the reason I ain't gonna lie to Corey, I do like to meet up. Like, even though I do like when a chick comes straight over, I just feel uncomfortable. Like, I gotta see you in person. I still gotta see you. Even the video, I don't like the video chat. I still like to go out.
So that's what I'm saying. So you tell her, hey, listen, come through. Let's kick it. Let's see how the vibe is, and then we'll take it from there. And that's it.
Okay. All right, definitely. I mean, I appreciate it, man. Definitely. And also, I'll call you last minute too about the for consultation too. How do we get in contact with you if you do a consultation, an hour consultation, stuff like that?
So go to MrLocario.com and hit up the coaching tab, or you can, on the front page is going to have the 30-minute game session. Just click on any of those, and then it'll give you the information, and you just set it up there.
Okay, so go to MrOcario.com.
Right.
With that. All right.
All right.
You got that? Okay. All right, man.
Sure.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot, man. Keep saying that yak, man.
All right, brother. Man. Appreciate it, brother. I'm gonna holler at you. All right. So, guys, call in. Calling number is 646 481 3901. 646 481 3901 is the number. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat. So, let me get to some of these questions and see what you guys are saying. So, is it ever okay to give a ride or do high interest women make a way? What do you mean give a ride? Are you saying like going to pick up a chick? Is that what you're saying, Stizzy Chris? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by give a ride. You understand what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see. Let me get some of these questions. It says, does she a time limit window to answer the question? For example, if you say 7 p.m. and she doesn't respond until 6 p.m., should you charge her by then? So are you saying that if you are confirming, saying, hey, are we still on? Right? You're saying, do you give her a time limit? Yeah. So if you're supposed to meet a chick at 7, right? And you hit her up to confirm, right? What you're looking for is, and this is what I would say too, is, and you got to also think about like, for example, let's say you make a date in the evening and it's during the week, right? Usually a lot of times people will be at work during the week, but what you want to do is that you want to hit her up as early as possible, right? So let's say you're supposed to meet at 7, hit her up like fucking 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning, right? Because that gives her a lot of time to get to you. So even if she's at work and can't get to her phone, usually when people go to lunch, they check their phone. You see what I'm saying? So if by, let's say, 1 o'clock, you don't hear from her, then you might want to start making other plans. You feel what I'm saying? But usually what happens is that when you send a confirmation, the woman will respond yes if she's trying to make it happen. And usually what will happen too is that sometimes the woman she's thinking about the date and looking forward to it. So she's actually checking to see if you're going to confirm. So she's already checking her phone a lot of times or looking at her phone to see if you're going to hit her up or to get that text or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? So she actually wants to make it happen. She'll get back to you and say, yeah, it was on. You feel what I'm saying? Let me see what this other one is saying. It says, how do I get as cool as you? Well, all you got to do is one thing, be yourself, and then you'll be as cool as yourself. That's all you got to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to be like me, be like you, and then you'll be cool. So how about making her confirm to you on the date on a certain time to text you? No. You are the one to confirm because you're the one orchestrating the situation. So you don't say, hey, hit me up to confirm. That don't make any sense because you're the one who created the fucking date. You understand what I'm saying? So you're the one confirming. You see what I mean? So you don't say, hey, let's go out Friday night. Hit me up to confirm. No. You hit her up to confirm the shit. You feel what I'm saying? So Stizzy, you were saying, is it okay to ever give her a ride, or do high interest women make a way? So you saying give her a ride after the date to her house? Is that what you're saying? Call in, man. You got to call in. Some of y'all got to call in because y'all don't be, I got to ask her some questions about your questions. You said, should he double text her with a date, time, and place? No. The date, time, and place should be in one text. You understand? So I'm gonna write it in the chat. So this is how it should go. So I'm gonna write it down in the chat. This is how you would say it. You would say, meet me at the Main Street Bar Saturday at 8 p.m. Boom. Right? So I'll put it in the chat. Right there. Let me put it on the screen. And meet me at the Main Street Bar Saturday, 8 p.m. You understand? Date, time, place. That's it. That is it. If you do not give the date, time, and place, that means there is no date scheduled. I'm going to say that one more time. If there is no date, time, and place, that means there is no date scheduled. So you can't say to the chick, hey, let's meet this weekend at 8:00. That's not a date scheduled. You can't say, hey, let's meet up at the Main Street Bar this weekend. That's not a date scheduled. You understand? Has to be date, time, and place. All right. So let me see what else. Is it cool to tell her to text me on the day of the dates to confirm? No, again, you text her. You understand what I'm saying? You're the one confirming. You say, yeah, but what if he had other options available, or maybe he wasn't sure if he wanted to actually go see her? LOL, maybe he wanted to get high instead. Well, that means he has a lot of feminine energy in him, because how is he not sure what the fuck he wants to do? As a man, you're supposed to be sure about what you want to do and then do that shit. Like what you're saying in here, that's some bitch made shit right there. That's some super feminine energy. This guy said this nonsense Lucario talking about is not for men and women. It's for boys and girls. Y'all may not understand what I'm saying now, but later in life, y'all will see his words as foolishness. There we go. Stephone USA, I dare you to call up. I dare you. You don't even have to donate. I dare you to call up. I dare you, but I know you're not, because I want to hear this nonsense you're talking about. Let me see. So how long should a date last? 20 to 30 minutes. I usually say, anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour tops. You understand? And after that, if it's going longer than that, that means that you guys should be on your way to fucking. And if you're not fucking, then end that shit. You understand what I'm saying? End that shit. Hold on. Let me see what other questions. So if she doesn't show up, is it okay to send her an angry text cursing and whatnot and then block her? Yo, niggas would do that too. I swear to God, dude, this is crazy. That's why texting is only to set up dates. Is that right? Just get to the point. Yes, exactly. So basically, all you need to do when it comes to this is, hit her up to be like, hey, let's get together this day. When are you free? It should all be about logistics to setting shit up. That's it. All right, this says, should the dates reflect what your intentions are? For example, if you just want to smash, you wouldn't go bowling, correct? No. If you just want to smash, you shouldn't be on the date. See, let me explain to you guys. If you just want to have sex, you should not go on the dates. You should just have sex. Just hit her up and tell her, let's meet to fuck. You understand? Now, what I would say is that when you're on a date, you do want to basically see if there's sexual, if she's actually sexually attracted to you. So you want to be on a date where you are able to flirt and build sexual tension. You understand what I'm saying? You want to be able to flirt and build sexual tension. So I would say instead of going bowling, this is why I advocate for drink and coffee type dates, because those are the easiest dates to get a woman close to you to build sexual tension. You feel what I'm saying? Says, I noticed that because women assume I already have other women, they are often surprised. Is that because I'm not getting them, or because they know I really just want to hook up? So you're saying that they are often surprised? Wait, you said I noticed that because women assume I already have other women, they're often surprised. So why are they often surprised if they assume it already? I understand what you're saying. So is that because I'm not getting them, or because they know I really just want to hook up? I'm not I'm kind of confused about your question, Jay. You got to call up, man. Call up, guys. It's better to call up because I'm like, what are you talking about? All right, it says, like, give her a ride for the date if they have no car, or do women find a way to go to the date? Oh, okay, yes. Tell them to get in the fucking Uber. All right, don't pick up these girls for dates. Don't drive them home. Tell them to get in a fucking Uber or their own car. Okay? Do not pick women up for these dates, and do not drive them home. You understand what I'm saying? Tell them to get a car and come meet you, or to drive there on their own, or get a car, Uber, and come meet you. You understand? And if they don't have a car, or if they don't have a car, get an Uber. If they can't afford an Uber, then tell them to get a job and do something with their life. You understand what I'm saying? And stop being a broke bitch. That's what you tell them. Now, don't tell them that, but I'm just saying. but don't even bother. They too broke. They shouldn't. They need to get their life together. You understand? Crazy. But yeah, that's the thing, guys. I'm telling y'all, it's very important to know how to plan these dates, because sometimes what happens is that you fumble the situation with little mistakes. Because understand, the guy in the video, it's just the little mistakes motherfuckers make that cause these type of situations to happen. You understand? But this is why it's important to understand what to do. This is why I tell you guys to get on the Bad Boy memberships. This is why I tell you guys to get on the Masculine Identity memberships, because there's certain things. Because remember, the chick said she was excited to see the dude. She was like, oh, I'm excited. I wanted to see this guy. I was excited. Right? And then because he made these little mistakes, that's what caused this shit to happen. And the other guy in the video, he's like, well, he's trying to rationalize it with his logical male brain and be like, man, this woman's crazy. Like, I mean, the guy is smooth. He asked her a place near her so that it will be easier for us to get the food. See, it's not about it being easier or about getting the food. She needs a motherfucker that leads. That's part of that's part of what makes you attractive. You understand what I'm saying? Again, y'all underestimate how important behavior is when it comes to dealing with women. So that guy's behavior was of a guy who doesn't know how to lead. And therefore, that's the type of shit that dries a woman's vagina up. You see what I'm saying? So the guy in the video, he's like, well, what's the big deal? Blah, 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 blah. No, the big deal is the dude don't know how to lead. And because he doesn't know how to lead, now she's not attracted anymore. And therefore, shit ain't popping off for the guy. And he's going to make the same mistake with another woman. He's going to make the same mistake with another woman. And he's going to be like, you know what? These Western women out here all fucked up. I'm getting my passport. And see, that happens because you don't know how to fucking deal with women. You don't have any game. You see what I'm saying? See, they're looking at the chick like she's crazy. I'm like, no. When I first saw that video and I looked at the comments and it was like, oh, man, he dodged the bullet. No. She dodged the bullet. Because if she would have dealt with that dude, she would have been in a situation with a guy who can't fucking lead. She would have been in a situation with a guy who's not assertive, a guy who's not decisive. So he didn't dodge a bullet. No, she dodged the bullet. She didn't do anything wrong. He just doesn't know how to lead an interaction. This is what we're trying to tell you guys. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. She dodged the beta. Facts. Beta. That's a fact. Oh man, that's some real shit. That's what happens. So that's why I tell you guys, man, you gotta make sure your game is tight, man. You got to make sure your game is tight. And you said you would have loved to be on this live stream. Come up, April. I'll give you the link. April's probably like just chilling. She's like, I'm not coming on now. But call in, April, because we want to hear you. Call in real quick. Call in so we can hear from a lovely lady's voice when it comes to this stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Call in so we can get some info from April. Yeah, Leak, you could call in too. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see. But yeah, man, I'm telling you guys, listen, it's very, very important for you guys to know how to set these dates up. Very important. Because what sucks is you're going to see the part that sucks is when you guys get a woman who's interested and then, you do goofy shit and then you're not able to, make shit happen because of the goofy shit you did. Hold on, I think this is April calling up. Hold on. All right, hold on. Is this the famous April MC in the building?
It is.
Oh, snap. April is in the building. So April, what's your thoughts on this topic?
No, I mean, I think it's everything that you're saying. Like, for me, I want someone that gives me a time, gives me a place and a date. And I also want it as early as possible in the day or the day before or whatever, because, I think as a woman, like, we want to know what we're going to wear and how long it's going to take us to get ready and how long it's going to take us to get there. And, all of those things. So if you're trying to give me a place an hour before I'm supposed to be there, I'm not getting ready to go somewhere, and I need to be there in an hour. It's just not enough time. And I think to that point, the girl saying, well, sorry, I made other plans. Like, I don't blame her. At that point, I always say I have other plans. I have plans to go out with the girls. The girls are always my dog. Like, I have plans with the girls. Sorry. Yeah, what's funny is that, like you said, I'm glad that you said that, because see, guys don't think about that part of like, okay, I got to get dressed, get ready, what to wear. I got to prepare all these things in order to make it happen. So what happens is that when the guy didn't give her the actual time, because he gave her the day and he gave her the place at that point, but he still didn't give her the time, which means this could probably not happen. You see what I'm saying? And I think a lot of guys understand that. The way he asked her, right? The way he asked her, like, hey, are we still on for tomorrow? I feel like, maybe that's not the exact terminology he used, but whatever the terminology he used, I felt like is what a girl says when she's hoping somebody's going to cancel. No, you know what it was? He asked her, are we still doing this without there actually being a plan? Right. Remember, because he said that way before they even play. Like, he said it before there was even a solidified plan. So she's kind of like, what? Right. Like, what's going on? And to me, that is like, I know I said this earlier in the week, but I don't really want to do it. So if you canceled, like, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. Kind of thing. Right. Or he wasn't sure that it was like he was going to do it or that she wanted to do it. So it was like, he didn't make anything definite, like, because this is the thing. Somebody has to lead and make something definite. He didn't do that. So what happened is he said, hey, let's get together Sunday. She says, cool. And then he hits her up again. Is like, hey, are we still good for Sunday? And she's kind of like, yeah, I guess, but there's still nothing being said. Then he says, well, is there a place near you? And then she's like, fuck, now he wants me to plan the thing. So now she's like, okay, these are the places. And then he says, the Dutch place, but he still doesn't give her a time. So the whole time he's not being decisive and actually making moves. So then, so she's slowly becoming turned off. Well, yeah, because it's like, if I have to plan this date, then this is my date. This isn't your date. You know what I mean? Like, and I could have planned this earlier in the week, and I would have known who I was going with and what time and what I was wearing, and all the important things to girls.
Right. Exactly.
So,
exactly.
but yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you called in to give that input, because I think it's always good to hear from the perspective of a woman, because I think a lot of times us guys, we're not thinking about that type of shit. You understand? Because even in the video, the guy was like, he's like, well, wait a second. He did text you to the time the next day, because for guys, it's like, well, we're still on. We'll just, we'll hit you up later and figure it out. And it's like, no, they don't understand.
Does it show the timestamp? What time he texted her the day of?
Yeah, so he texted her. I don't know at what time he texted her on Saturday.
Okay.
But on Sunday, he texted her like in the morning, like at I think 9 or 10 or some shit. So it was early.
Yeah.
But what happened was that he should have texted all that on Saturday evening.
No, for sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that's the part where he messed it up at. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Nope,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for
Always
calling.
a pleasure, Mr. Lucario.
All the time, baby. Love you. All right. I'll see you later. Bye. All right. So let's go to 732. 732. What's popping?
Yo, this is Leak Bro. I donate on Cash App.
Oh shit, King Leak in the motherfucking building. What's going on? What's popping with you?
Yo, so I agree with pretty much everything you're saying. That's usually what I do. I set the date, time, and place, and I confirm with them. I usually don't have problems with that, but is it possible that like a woman can be intimidated because you're so direct, or no? Is that not a thing?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes women are, because remember, people. You got to understand that people always are also. They also have a fear of success. So let's say, you're on a dating app or you meet a girl and you text her or whatever, and she sees that you're so on point. So then she's like, oh shit, this guy, he's about it. So now, because she's not on point, or she may have some issues within herself, or she's insecure about something, she doesn't want to have to face what could happen based on dealing with you. Because remember, think about it this way. Imagine a guy sees a really attractive woman he thinks is a 9, 8, 9, or a 10, right? And let's say he wants to approach her and talk to her, but he's scared of her saying no, or he thinks that she's not going to want a guy like him because in his mind, she's out of his league and all that other goofy shit. But in her mind, she was like, she wouldn't mind him coming over, or she's maybe attracted to him. So what happens is, because he's intimidated by her, he's not going to approach, he's not going to talk. And then therefore she's thinking, how come this guy won't approach me? So the same thing happens on the flip side. You're talking to a woman and you're thinking, well, why is this girl acting all goofy and not really trying to make nothing happen? I'm letting her know what the situation is. But because she's intimidated and scared to deal with you, she's not going to deal with it. You feel what I'm saying? So that could also happen.
Right. Yeah, because I've done the same thing, like pretty much for all the online shit that's concerned. Like I do my date, time, and place, and I give them my number, and they text me. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, like the day of, they'll make some excuse. So I'm thinking, did I do something wrong, or they just intimidated?
So you're saying that? What happened? You said you would give them the date, time, and place, and then when you confirm, they would say what?
Like I would do them date, time, and place, and I would give them my number. I'd tell them to text me, and like the day of or the day before, they would make up some lame excuse that they can't make it or something. And I'm thinking, is that like that I do something? Should I have text them more?
So you would tell them to text you after you made you set the plans?
Yeah, just text my phone number so they have my phone number for the date.
Oh, because you do. So you're talking about like online. So you'll be online. You set the date, and then you would say, "Hey, text me so I have your number."
Yes, basically. Yeah.
Okay, and on the day of the date, would you confirm?
Yes, I would confirm.
And then what would they say?
It's not happening, but most of them, just like a couple of them, they would say like, "Oh, like I can't make it," or "I'm not that interested."
Yeah, like, that's just that's just some girls just flaking just to flake. Either they're not interested, they could be intimidated, or they found a new dude. You feel what I'm saying? That's what happens too. Sometimes a new guy comes in a situation and then she has to cancel on you because a new guy came into the situation. You see what I'm saying?
Right. That's what I'm thinking too. I just wanted to make sure that was what I was thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that happens. Right, you know what I mean? All right.
Yeah, I buy it. I appreciate that though.
All right, brother. I'm gonna holler at you, man. All right, peace. All right, so let me see if there's any more questions, and then we're gonna wrap it up. You said, could he have just told her to come and hook up instead? He could have, if he wanted to do that, and then see if she's down with it. That would have been fine. But either way, whatever you do, you just have to be decisive. You see what I'm saying? And you got to make a plan. You feel what I mean?
Hello.
What's popping? We got a 713. What's going on? Who's this?
Yes, sir. What's up, Mr. Lacari? This is Monogamous.
Oh shit, monogamous player in the building. What's going on?
Yeah, man, just chilling, man.
What's up?
Yes, sir, man. I've been kind of like in and out on the video, whatnot, but it's a great topic, and I just want to give my 2 cents on it because one thing that a lot of guys don't understand about like having like you planning the date and like you setting things up and like you having like your to go to spots is also it benefits you financially because when you just take a girl out to a steakhouse and it's the first date and you ain't never been there and you don't know the vibe or whatever the case may be, you really don't really have no influence on like how much is being spent and what's going to go down. So when you invite, so say for example, if I like sushi, right? So let's say I invited a girl, out to sushi for happy hour.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm already controlling the budget because I'm going when the prices are low. And then because I've taken a girl to a spot that she probably ain't never been to, I'm more so can recommend her on what she should try.
Right.
Like, oh man, you should try this or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And of course, she can try whatever she want to try, but a lot of times they'll be like, oh, okay, I do want to try that because you recommended that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Trying something good, but then also I'm controlling the price of things.
Right.
But then when you go out to places that you ain't never been before, then you can't really, you see what I'm saying? So that also benefits on the financial side too. You know what I'm saying? To where like you're not even, so even if that's the only date, the date can go well or whatever the case may be, right? You still control how much you spent.
Right.
Versus on you spent $200 and the date didn't go well and that was your last. You know what I'm saying? So I rather only spend $20. And then also, Miss Lacaria, on top of that, because you go into a spot that you usually go to, you're really not really spending much on the chick unless you buying a drink or whatever, because I like hookah. So the hookah was going to be $25 whether I was smoking it by myself or I was smoking it with people.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm not even spending more. You see what I'm saying? So that's another way to finesse the type of situation. You know what I'm saying? That's why knowing where you want to go and being assertive and planning it benefits you in the long run. You know what I'm saying? And it benefits the situation because a woman likes a guy to be assertive. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
On some stuff. So, but yeah, Miss Lacaria, I really do appreciate what when April called up, because she's right. You have to be assertive, and you also have to have a plan, right? But also, there can be some times where things can kind of be spontaneous, right? For example, say if, because a lot of times, Miss Lacaria, when I was out here dating, I really wasn't planning a date for the girl sometimes. A lot of times I was going out and I was just picking who I wanted to go out with me.
Right.
So if girl A didn't work out, then of course I'm hitting up girl B. And if I'm hitting up girl B, that's a more of a spontaneous type of situation. Because that wasn't my intention at first. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But in that case, you have to have a plan, or everything has to be lined up. You can't hit up girl B and be like, oh, well, the Main Street bar sounds nice. You know what I'm saying? But okay, what time? Like, okay, is it going to be today, tomorrow? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it has to be all in line. You see what I'm saying? But that's all I wanted to say, Mr. Lacario. It can also help you on the financial side as well.
Yes,
so
sir.
you're not overdoing things. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, brother. Yeah, that's some real shit, man. Because, a lot of guys be complaining about, spending this money. And I'm like, nigga, you control that too. But that's when you are orchestrating the entire situation. You feel what I'm saying? So that, that's definitely something to think about. Let me see what's some more of these questions, and then we're going to wrap this up. Where was I at again? Says, could it be okay if a woman sets a date up because a guy is out of towner and or not from the States. She knows the town. He does not. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Listen, I don't care if you're from out of town, out of the country, if you live on a whole nother planet. No. You still orchestrate the date. You still plan it. You still do all the things. Because check this out. Let's say you go to another state, you're out of town, right? And you meet some chick online and she says, oh, you should come over here and meet me at this spot. And it's really cool. Then you go over there to meet her at the spot and her ex-boyfriend is there. He frequents that place and she's trying to make him jealous. And see, this occurred because you were following the woman. So you don't know what her agenda is, right? But when you do things, you know exactly what you're doing, where you're going, and what you're trying to make happen, right? So even if you're in a new state or whatever, figure that shit out. You know, go on Google, check out some places, make some phone calls, and be like, all right, we're going to go here. You understand? Meet me here. We're going to get this shit cracking. But do not go there and follow her and do all that other crazy stuff. So this one says, hold on. This one says, explain your difference between a male's intent of lying to the woman and the woman misinterpreting what he meant from what he had said to her. What? I'm confused. Sometimes I'll be writing shit. I'm like, am I reading this right? What are these? Let me read it again. Explain your difference between a male's intent of lying to the woman and the woman's misinterpreting what he meant from what he had said to her. I'm confused. Somebody got to help me out with that shit. I don't know what the fuck what's going on with that. I have no idea what you're talking about. I just really don't. But listen, guys, I'm about to wrap this up. We're gonna get some eating shit. You feel me? But tomorrow we are having the show, me and Miles, the Friday show. So make sure you guys tune in for that at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys check that out. You feel me? And make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com. Make sure you guys go to masculineidentitymembership.com and join the Masculine Identity Membership. All right. So that's pretty much it, man. We out of here. And remember, guys, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm going. I'm out. Yo. These chicks are wild, bro. Like they crazy, man. Listen. I'm just trying to have a good time. And she trying to be on that nasty shit. God damn. When I kick it, I hit chicks, get my dick licked, I get lit, you get pissed with a bitch, you bitch bout what a bitch did. My dick is what the gift is, every day is like Christmas. My chick thick, your chick come with a large drink and a biscuit. These hoes be nasty as fuck, they be wanting it raw. Up in their ass and their pussy and all up in their jaw. I fucked this bitch yesterday, now she begging for more. I met this chick yesterday, what she begging me for? Raw dick, I'm like, nah bitch, she jumped on it. I'm like, oh shit, we can't do that. She's like, screw that. I'm like, jump off it. With a condom at. Probably one in my wallet. Your wall's lit. Gotta strap up with that hat stuff. Then I'm all in when I fall in. These hoes are sick in the head. They be acting so crazy. I just be wanting some head. They be wanting the baby. I sit there scratching my head like, what's wrong with this lady? I'm up here shaking my head. I know that hoe is shady. Raw. She wanna get it from me raw. I tell her fuck up out my face. She wanna get it from me raw. I tell her get up out my space. She wanna get it from me raw. I tell her fuck up out my face. She wanna get it from me raw. I tell her get up out my chit chat, no yip yap. She ain't bout that riff rap. She wanna know where that dick at. She wanna know will I hit that. I sit back, this chick raps her hands round me. Get back is what I say. This bitch whack. Plus she needs a tic tac. These hoes is crazy as fuck. They be fiending for dick. It be so easy to get. I'm just taking my pick. They wanna kiss me and fuck me, suck me, touch me and lick. But they be trying to fuck raw. I ain't down with that shit. This a hoe, won't diss the hoe. Just about to dismiss a hoe. You the type that'll miss a hoe, even though the hoe make you miserable. I'm the type that'll switch a hoe and then go and get a whole different hoe. Cause she want me all in her hoe without strapping up, she's so difficult. She wanna do me so bad, she's expecting some things. She's trying to act like she's wifey, she's expecting a ring. I don't want nothing to do with her except for a fling. But it ain't going down unless I'm protecting the king. Raw. She wanna get it from me raw. I tell her fuck up out my face. She wanna get it from me raw. I tell her get up out my space. She wanna get it from me raw. I tell her fuck up out my face. She wanna get it from me raw. I tell her get up out my place.